Prism, where is the baby?
Lady Bracknell, I admit with shame I do not know. I only wish I did. The plain facts of the case are these. On the morning of the day you mention, a day that is forever branded on my memory, I prepared, as usual, to take the baby out in its perambulator. I had also with me a somewhat old but capacious handbag in which I had intended to place the manuscript of a work of fiction that I had written during my few unoccupied hours. During a moment of mental abstraction for which I can never forgive myself, I deposited the manuscript in the bassinet and placed the baby in the handbag.
But where did you deposit the handbag?
Do not ask me, Mr. Worthing.
Miss Prison, this is a matter of no small importance to me. I insist on knowing where you deposited the handbag that contained her infant.
I left it in the cloakroom of one of the larger railway stations in London.
What railway station?
Victoria, the Brighton line.
I must retire to my room for a moment. Windows, you will wait here for me.
If you are not too long, I will wait for you here all of my life.
What do you think this means, Lady Bracknell? I dare hardly suspect, Dr. Chasuble. I need hardly tell you that in families of high position, strange coincidences are not supposed to occur. They are hardly considered a thing.
Well, that seems strangely agitated.
Look, darling, it's a very emotional nature. This noise is extremely unpleasant. It sounds as though he's having an argument. I dislike arguments of any kind. They are always vulgar and often convincing. He's stopped now. I wish he would arrive at some conclusion.
The suspense is terrible. I hope it will last.
Is this the handbag, Miss Prison? Examine it carefully before you speak. The happiness of more than one life depends on your answer.
It seems to be mine. Yes, here is the injuries received through the upsetting of a Gower Street omnibus in younger and happier days. Is that trouble getting it open? I'm sure there is a stain on the lining. Not a different spirit. The instant that here the Flemington, and here on the lock are my initials. I'd forgotten in an extravagant mood I had had them placed there. The bag is undoubtedly mine. I'm delighted to have it so unexpectedly restored to me. It's been a great inconvenience having been without it all these years.
More has restored you than this handbag. I was the baby you left in it.
You?
Yes, mother. Good merit. I do not deny that is a serious blow. But after all, who has the right to cast a stone against one who has suffered? I cannot repent it while after after Why should it be one half for men and another for women? Mother, I forgive you.
Mr. Worthing! There has been some error. There is the lady who can tell you who you really are.
Die Bracken, I hate to seem inquisitive. But would you kindly inform me who I am?
I am afraid the answer I have to give you will not altogether please you. You are the son of my unfortunate sister, Mrs. Moncrief, and consequently, Algy's elder brother.
Brother. Then I have a brother after all. I knew I had a brother. I always said I had a brother. I had a brother. Dr. Jasper, my unfortunate brother. Miss Bishop, my unfortunate brother. Gwendolyn, my unfortunate brother. Now, you young scoundrel, you'll have to treat me with more respect from now on. You'll never behave to me like a brother in all your life.
Well, not till today, old boy, I admit. I did my best, however, though I was out of practice.
But what are you? What is your Christian name, now that you have become someone else?
Heavens, I had quite forgotten that point. Your decision on the subject of my name is irrevocable, I suppose.
I never change, except in my affections. Is it only hate you have, Gwendolyn?
Then the question we have both cleared up at once. Augusta, a moment. At the time when Miss Pism left me in the handbag, had I been christened already?
Every luxury that money could afford had been lavished upon you by your fond and doting parents.
Then I was christened, that is settled. And now, what name was I given? Let me know the worst.
Naturally, being the eldest, you were christened after your father.
Yes. That was my father's Christian name.
I cannot at the present moment recall the General's Christian name, but I am quite certain that he had one. He was eccentric, I admit, but that was in later years, and due to the Indian climate, and marriage, and indigestion, and that sort of thing.
Alvin, can't you recollect what our father's Christian name was?
My dear boy, we were never even on speaking terms. Well, he died before I was a year old.
His name would appear on the list of the period, I suppose, Augusta.
The General was essentially a man of peace, except in his domestic affairs. But his name would appear in any military direct.
Now, the army lists of the last 40 years up here. Mr. Luckneggers, in the man's constant study. No, give it up. In generals. Yes, Madam. Yes, Madam Maxton, Maggie, guess the names there. Markby, Migsby, Moggs, Moncrief, Lieutenant, 1840, Captain, Lieutenant Colonel, Colonel, General, 1869, Christian names. Earnest John.
Oh, yes, I recall now that the General's Christian name was Earnest. I knew I had a reason for disliking it.
I always told you that my name was Earnest. My name is Earnest after all. I mean, it's naturally is Earnest.
My own Ernest. I felt from the first that you could have no other name.
Gwendolyn, it is a terrible thing for a man to find out suddenly that all his life he has been speaking nothing but the truth.
I can, for I feel that you are sure to change.
My own one.
Laetitia!
Frederick, at last!
Cecily, at last!
At last.
My dear nephew! I'm beginning to suspect you of triviality.
On the contrary, Aunt Augusta, I've now realized for the first time in my life the vital importance of being earnest.
Well, you're going to film the exit. Huh? You're going to film the exit.